Lawrence, one of two Topeka men gunned down in Lawrence on Sunday morning, endeavored to be role model and strong father, his brother said. Colwyn Lynn Henderson, 3, 20, was killed when gunfire spread through a crowd on Massachusetts Street along with Topekan Tremel Dupree Dean, 24, and Leah Elizabeth Brown, 22 of Shawnee. 2 other people were wounded. Henderson's younger brother Jordan Henderson, 18, recalled his brother's struggle to keep the siblings, including sister Alice, together as they moved through the foster care system in Topeka. "He always tried to make us better and push us," he said. "He was probably my biggest role model for many years. Every step I took was because of him in some way." Just before 1:40 a.m. officers heard dozens of gunshots in the area of 11th and Massachusetts Streets, where police are headquartered, the department said in a release. Officers responding found the 5 victims scattered between the intersection and parts of the 1000 and 1100 blocks of Massachusetts Street. The shooting likely stemmed from a fight that broke out on the northwest corner of 11th and Massachusetts Street, Sergeant Tammy Rhodes said. Shortly after the shooting, a friend called Jordan Henson, a freshman from Coffeyville Community College, and told him his brother may have been involved. He drove to Lawrence and arrived at the crime scene about 4:40 a.m., he said, but by then his family had gathered at Lawrence Memorial Hospital. It was there his mother attempted to convince him his brother had died. "When I got to the crime scene, no one would tell me if he was alive or dead, so I didn't believe," he said. She said he didn't make it. "It hit me hard. That's when it really hurt." Henderson graduated for Shawnee Heights High School in 2015, where he played football and enjoyed class, Jordan Henderson said. His brother had previously been arrested, but he was trying to turn himself around and do things right, Jordan Henderson said. Henderson had a 10-month-old girl he was devoted to, he said. The shooting brought a sudden and violent end to busy night in Lawrence. The University of Kansas basketball tradition Late Night in the Fog had attracted thousands from the area to Allen Fieldhouse earlier in the evening. Grammy-nominated rapper Lil Yachty performed at the event and was scheduled to perform later at #Jams at the Granada Theater, 1020 Massachusetts Street, according to the venue's Facebook page. None of the 3 victims was enrolled at the University of Kansas, spokeswoman Erin Barkham-Peterson said. Police have released no suspect information, but they are encouraging witnesses to contact the Lawrence Police Department at 785-832-7509 or Crime Stoppers of Lawrence and Douglas County at 785-843-TIPS. Tips made to Crime Stoppers may remain anonymous. Little additional information was available throughout the day at the scene, and Captain Adam Heffley stressed the need for witnesses to come forward. "There were a lot of people down here last night that might have seen something," he said. When the shooting erupted, Kait Sukup, a 21-year-old Lawrence resident, was inside Pyramid Pizza, 1029 Massachusetts Street. He didn't see or hear the gunshots, he said, but when someone barged into the restaurant yelling about gunfire, Sukup ran outside. He saw 2 men with gunshot wounds lying on the sidewalk in front of the Watkins Museum of History in the northwest corner 11th and Massachusetts. A small crowd had gathered there, and one woman was attempting CPR. Sukup, who has CPR and first aid training, ran to nearby businesses in search of a defibrillator but couldn't find one. When he returned, the crowd had grown to several dozen, and paramedics were on scene, he said. One of the men appeared to be conscious, while the other may not have been breathing, he said. Blood smeared up the sidewalk from near the front of Pyramid Pizza north to just outside Aladdin Cafe, 1021 Massachusetts St. Despite confusion, Sukup said the crowd remained relatively calm. There was a surprising lack of panic. No one was really running away, he said. People seemed more worried and scared than hectic or chaotic. Sukup said the incident left him rattled and he struggled to process what had happened. "I just wish I had done more," he said. "I wish I had actively participated in the CPR instead of running to get the defibrillator." At mid-morning Sunday, the street was calm. Only a few pedestrians walked through the 1000 block of Massachusetts Street. Firefighters from Lawrence Douglas County Fire Medical Power washed blood from the sidewalk on the west side of the street. Throughout the morning, yellow crime scene tape stretched from 1111 Massachusetts Street north, through the intersection with 11th Street and past the Watkins Museum of History. Investigators inspected a planter in front of the museum, 1047 Massachusetts Street, and at one point drilled into its concrete base. Dozens of numbered white markers lit